What's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, we know the foul of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Um, we know the foul of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and how it came about, and they are reviewing the foul. They are reviewing the technical foul on Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. They are taking another look at it. And I'm going to say this. This is definitely a basketball foul. This is nothing to it. This isn't like a foul that that Caitlin Clark was trying to do. Even though both of these players go way back in college, they play against each other in college. And I'm going to say this. I think that with with this foul happening and them being competitive in the W, like if this was an NBA game, if this was somebody in the NBA, like a like a Ja or like a Kevin Durant or Anthony Edwards, I would say we wouldn't really care about if they got a technical foul because that's the NBA. And I am going to say this: the WNBA players should get paid more. They definitely should get paid more because Angel Reese getting the rebound and trying to take it back up. We know WNBA players last year were a little bit harsh on Caitlin Clark coming in because she was the first round pick last year and players weren't taking it easy. Caitlin Clark had to earn their respect. Their respect. I definitely think is that with this technical foul happening, between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they have both of them. I think have respect for one another, and when you have respect for somebody for what they do, it's 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 a good thing because when you have respect, both of these players must have respect for one another, even though they spoke out on the foul and now the foul is being reviewed from that game or something. Um, it will this like I said before, if this was a foul in the NBA, we wouldn't be talking about whose side we're on because now it's like we're picking whose side we are on between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And I am going to say this and keep the truth. I don't think we need to pick sides who we're on. We don't have to pick sides who we're on because both of these players are great. Both of these players are amazing at what they do. And I do think the WNBA players need to get paid more. They just definitely need to. With this being a technical foul and it being overviewed, like we seen how competitive Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are. We seen how competitive all these WNBA players are. we see we seen how competitive these players are. And we do not know if how it's going to be reviewed. But both of these players go way back in college. Go way back in college. And if you ask anybody if this was if this was a foul in the NBA, nobody would. If this was a foul, technical foul in the NBA, which it's a basketball foul, because coming from a basketball fan, it's more likely that you're going to say that with this technical foul, it almost seemed like Caitlin Clark almost tackled Angel Reese. And when Angel Reese got back up, I'm going to say this. We should not pick sides on who was right in that moment or who was wrong in that moment between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. We need to stop picking sides on who is, whenever we see a tackle foul, whenever we see a tackle foul, we need to stop picking sides on who we agree with. Because everybody's going to have their own opinion. Everybody's going to have a opinion on the foul, a opinion on what they are doing. Because now this play, because all of these WNBA players are amazing. And they need to get paid more. And with this play being reviewed from the game, even though the Fever won the game against the Sky, I am going to say this. Is that this is a basketball foul. If this was a foul in the NBA, nobody would say if it was a foul by Kevin Durant, by Giannis, by LeBron James, by Steph Curry, because they all got technical fouls in their career. So this isn't nothing new. And you're saying in the NBA, you want to see more like 90s, where Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen got into it, got into scuffles like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, or like how Caitlin Clark fouled. You're saying that you want the NBA, and I know I'm getting off topic because I'm talking about the W. You're saying that you want the NBA to go back to the 90s and have fouls like Jordan and Patrick Ewing, or like Reggie Miller and Jordan had. So you're saying, we're all saying right now that between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Y'all don't want to see that? Y'all don't want to see the competitive come out of Angel Reese? Y'all don't want to see the competitive come out of Caitlin Clark? The competitive factor. Y'all don't want to see the competitive factor of Aja Wilson? Y'all don't want to see the competitive factor of Brianna Stewart? I want to see that. I want to see these WNBA players be competitive. And you're saying that for those that are sleeping on the W, you're saying that the W isn't the same than the NBA. We'll go back and watch how Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese, how Angel Reese reacted. Because both of that competitive. Y'all don't, those that are sleeping on the W don't want to see players in the WNBA go at it. Go at it. I want to see that. I want to see the competitive come out. I want to see the energy come out. Because both of these players are just amazing to see. Because we see the competitive from the NBA. But we saw the competitive side from the NBA, and now it's being reviewed. The technical foul is being reviewed. Like, we need to stop picking sides. Stop picking sides. Because this is, like, I don't know what else to say about this, because the competitive side of the NBA versus the WNBA, you do not want to see, those that are sleeping on the W don't want to see the competitive side of the W. How Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark got at it. But you want to say, when the NBA's on, that you want to see players like a Draymond Green, like a LeBron James, be competitive and talk trash to each other. But you don't want to see that side of WNBA players talk trash back and forth. That doesn't make no sense to me. I'd rather see, like, both sides, instead of picking a side, talk trash, because talk trash in a game, because if you have one side of the NBA talking trash back and forth with, like, a Draymond Green, a LeBron James, or Steph Curry, or James Harden, You're saying you don't want to see that competitive side of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, or a Aja Wilson and Brianna Stewart talk trash back and forth in the W? I want to see that. I want to see the competitive from the W. I want to see the W players, the WNBA players, hit easy money bucket shots, get easy money bucket boards. Because we're all going to have our opinions on this foul. We're all going to have our opinions on this foul, on this technical foul. But you're saying that you, for those that don't pay attention to the W, or is starting paying attention to the W, you're saying you don't want to see both sides talk trash or talk trash and have that competitive in the W, but you want to see that in the NBA? That doesn't make no sense to me. That doesn't make no sense to me at all, because now you're saying you don't want, you're not paying attention to the W. That is what you're saying. You're not paying attention to the W because you don't want to see both sides of the NBA, of the WNBA, of the WNBA talk trash. And I'm being really true with you guys. Talk trash or go or be competitive, just like we see from the NBA. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody, and peace.